Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Serafim R1 Plus. This is a multi-use racing wheel that is compatible with iOS and Android, as well as PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, as well as PC. This thing seems like a regular jack of all trades, but how well does it actually perform? Let's find out. Inside the box, you have the R1 race wheel itself. You have the 2-pedal mechanism, as well as the Bluetooth adapter and cell phone holder for your mobile device. Taking a closer look at the race wheel, the first thing that stood out to me is the build quality. This thing is built really well. It's got some solid weight to it, and the rubberized texture around the polymer makes it really comfortable to grasp. You'll also notice that the wheel has 4 face buttons as well as a directional pad. Over on the upper right and left sides of the wheel, you basically have your R1 and R2 buttons. These buttons are also available right behind the wheel as well. Over on the right hand side of the wheel, you'll notice that you have the shifter knob. It clicks up and clicks down. It's got micro switches in it. It feels really good. The wheel has multiple rubberized suction cups, allowing it to easily stick to a flat surface. And in the event that you do not have a flat surface, they also included a mounting bracket. And right behind the wheel, you have 2 paddle shifters that you can set to be accelerate and brake, or you can use it to shift up and shift down, all depending on your preference. Overall, I have to say some really good craftsmanship went into this wheel. They definitely didn't cheap out when making this thing. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for the 2 pedals. In complete contrast to the actual wheel itself, the pedals are very lightweight and have a really plasticky feel to them. The springiness of the gas and brake felt overall good, but its build quality makes me question how long it will hold up. And then you have the 2 accessories that make this wheel compatible with mobile devices. One is the Bluetooth box that goes connected into the pedals. It allows it to connect to Android and iOS and requires 3 AAA batteries. And you also have the cell phone mount that locks right in place right at the center of the steering wheel. I wasn't going to be mounting the wheel to a flat surface, so the included mounting bracket really came in handy. Once it was all set up, the steering wheel stood locked in place and wasn't going anywhere. Using a small tray table and my gaming chair, I was actually able to make a pretty decent cockpit setup. One thing I have to point out is that this particular wheel only rotates about 180 degrees in both directions. It doesn't do the full 360 degree motion, making this more of an arcade style race wheel as opposed to a simulation style. I decided to try it out on the PlayStation 4 first. In order to accomplish this, you have to plug the wheel into the PS4, connect the pedals to the wheel, and then you actually have to connect a PlayStation 4 controller to the steering wheel itself using this USB port over on the side. It's a very simple process, and the PlayStation 4 recognizes the wheel almost immediately. Using it on the PlayStation 4, it felt great. It was very responsive, and I didn't notice any type of lag or latency. And as you can see, I was having a ton of fun. Using it on the Nintendo Switch, you did not have to plug in a controller the same way you do on the PS4 or the Xbox One. All you have to do is turn on wired Pro Controller communication on your Nintendo Switch console, and it will recognize the steering wheel as a Pro Controller. This was by far the best experience I had while using this steering wheel. It works absolutely fantastic for Mario Kart, and the vibration feedback while using it on the Nintendo Switch really enhances the overall gameplay. Now, I love me some Mario Kart, so I might be a little biased, but it feels like this thing was made for this purpose. I also tried it out while playing Burnout Paradise for the Nintendo Switch, and it ran beautifully on that as well. Now, one of the more interesting features of this wheel is the fact that it's compatible with Android and iOS devices. I was a bit skeptical as to how it would work on a cell phone, but I have to say I was both slightly disappointed and pleasantly surprised at the exact same time. Let me explain. So a little bit of setup has to go into getting this thing to work on your mobile device. First, you have to plug in the Bluetooth box into the pedal mechanism. It has a switch on it that lets you switch between Android and iOS. Then, you have to download an app onto your cell phone. The Serafim app allows you to connect the R1 to your mobile device and has a ton of presets already available for the most popular racing games out there. And if having the presets weren't already enough, it also includes photos as to how to customize the options for every game that you wish to play. Now, where I was slightly disappointed is the only part of the racing setup that actually gets synced to your phone are the pedals. The actual wheel itself, you enable gyro controls and mount your cell phone right in the center of the wheel. So while it's awesome that the actual pedals have function in-game, the wheel itself is more or less used as a prop, enabling you to turn your phone back and forth. Now this is not a big deal and totally not a deal breaker, but it just would have been nice to be able to use the back pedals, the shifter, or any of the actual physical buttons that are on the wheel. Now where I was pleasantly surprised is just how fun this thing was to use while playing mobile games. It didn't matter that only the pedals were connected to my mobile device. This definitely enhanced the experience of playing a mobile racing game. I was having so much fun. At one point, I forgot I was actually filming and left the camera rolling for like 30 minutes straight. I tried it out on a bunch of popular mobile games such as Mario Kart and Asphalt 9, and it worked great on all of them. So the Serafim R1 Plus. Guys, I have to say this is a good solid race wheel. That's a hell of a lot of fun to use. It's compatible with damn near everything, and it won't break the bank to purchase. As always, if you guys are interested, I'll put links in the description below. Until next time, this is Ness, signing out.